What's become clear across every vertical is that the foundation of a successful business isn't just about having the best product or the most polished pitch. It's about the relationship you build with your clients. When I first started in the insurance industry, many of our client interactions were transactional by nature. People needed a policy, we helped them choose one, and that was that. But as my work evolved, from leading call centers and marketing firms to launching consulting ventures, I began to see the limitations of that approach. Transactions come and go. But transformational relationships? Those are what create long-term value, trust, and sustainable business growth. In the early days of my career, the focus was always on numbers, closing deals, hitting quotas, scaling lead volume. That mindset got results, but it also created a kind of distance between us and the clients. We were helping people, but only within a narrow window. Once the deal was done, the relationship often ended. What I realized over time is that clients don't just want a service provider. They want a partner. They want someone who understands their long-term goals, anticipates their needs, and genuinely cares about their success beyond the current contract or project. That shift, from serving a need to supporting a vision, is the heart of what I now call transformational business. One of the most important shifts I had to make as an entrepreneur was learning to listen more deeply. In a transactional relationship, it's tempting to jump straight to solutions. You see a problem, you offer a fix, and move on. But in a transformational relationship, you take the time to understand the whole picture, what's working, what's not, and what the client ultimately wants to achieve. Listening isn't just about hearing words. It's about reading between the lines, asking better questions, and showing clients that you're invested in their journey. Some of the best breakthroughs I've had with clients didn't come from showcasing my expertise. They came from asking, "What's your biggest concern right now?" That kind of conversation opens the door to trust. And once trust is there, everything else gets easier. Strategy, execution, collaboration, and long-term results. Transformational relationships only work when they're built on integrity. That means delivering on promises, being transparent, and sometimes even telling clients what they don't want to hear. I've found that the toughest conversations often lead to the biggest breakthroughs. Integrity also means not taking on every opportunity just because it's profitable. In my consulting work, I've walked away from deals that didn't align with our values or that wouldn't truly serve the client in the long term. That might sound risky, but in the long run, it strengthens your reputation and attracts the kind of clients who value honesty and results over quick fixes. As the marketplace becomes more competitive and more automated, the human element of business is going to matter more than ever. Technology can handle tasks, but it can't replace trust. It can automate processes, but it can't replicate insight or empathy. That's why I believe the future belongs to entrepreneurs who invest in transformational relationships. My advice to any entrepreneur, consultant, or service provider looking to grow today is simple. Stop thinking in terms of short-term wins and start thinking in terms of long-term relationships. Make it your mission to understand your clients, support them beyond the scope of your contract, and deliver value that lasts.